Hello. What's up? Do you even blog tribe? Pete here. Welcome to another live stream. It's actually been like a year since I've done a live stream. And today I am going to be walking through my niche site. Oh, I just realized you can also see me and me and me. If I did the camera a little bit more that way, it would go like infinite, like you're staring into like two mirrors. Anyways, today I'm going to be walking you through my new niche site, authority site, and niche YouTube channel. I'm going to go over the initial results. I started about a month ago, so this is like the month one update. But there's already some important takeaways that I would like to share. I think are interesting to anybody growing your blog, whether it's through SEO primarily. I'm also going to talk about YouTube because I'm doing the YouTube channel, and of course affiliate marketing. So I'll share the results from month one as well as some niche site slash just general website tools I found extremely helpful from this course I'm going through on niche sites. I'll share some of the resources I've utilized, the overall strategy, that's number three, and then four, some takeaways, and the last part, maybe some Q&A. If anybody's hanging out with me live, you're welcome to post questions in the chat. Hello there. I can't see any names. I can see that you guys are chatting. So I'm using Restream right now, which I'm actually super excited about. By the way, watch this. I can just let's do like a caption here. How about intro? Next up, results. I'm trying out Restream to do more live streaming. There we go. Wow, look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? Intro. Next up, we're going to talk about results. I'm going to do more live streaming in the future, so I'm utilizing Restream today. It's my first time, so if you see me like jumping around a little bit, I'll share my screen here in just a minute. It's only a little awkward because it's my first time using Restream. Okay, I want you guys to give me 1 second. I actually have a cool screenshot of my SEO keyword research, but I'm not going to be disclosing my niche publicly for maybe like 3 to 6 months. So if you're here just to see the actual site, I'm not going to show it to you. You have to join my private membership community, All In Impact. I've already shared that with them there, and I'm also sharing more like over the shoulder videos as I do things. I'm sharing all that in my private community. You don't get that here publicly. But that said, I have a lot of great stuff, including that one I just did, which I'm going to copy and paste and show you guys here in 1 second. There's also this one. All right. So why don't I just go ahead and share my screen and let's jump in here. Wait, watch this. Hang on. Should we do, this is fancy. How about month one results? I'm trying out Restream. Give me some break here. I should have like prepped these in advance, but I didn't because I didn't think about it. There you go. Look at that. And I can also change how it looks. Oh, that's way better. I like this. I like this a lot. All right, take away my logo. Let me share my screen. I'm going to jump right in and talk about the niche site, month one results, and different stuff I have done. There we go. Oh, that looks fun. There's that mirror thing that I was just talking about, right? It's crazy. Anyway, here is my Dyna list. And we're going to go through, I'm just going to like walk through the stats, and then I'm going to break it down a little bit. So actually, before I do that, I probably should share my overall strategy. I probably should put that like right at the top. I'll do that. My overall strategy here, is $1,000 a month, as fast as humanly possible. And the overall way to get there is going to be SEO for affiliate marketing, possibly ads in the future, and then YouTube for more affiliate marketing revenues, as well as SEO gains. I'm convinced that SEO traffic, because normal SEO traffic from Google, as well as YouTube strategies, I feel like they go hand in hand. And so, to be frank with you, that's half the reason I am doing YouTube, is because I actually think it's going to drive the site forward. Okay, so that's my overall like goals and strategy. Okay, I should have put this in here beforehand, but what do you guys want from me? More perfection? You can't have it. All right, so month one, here is the rough breakdown. I didn't do anything with the blog yet. In fact, I'll spoil something for you. I've been going through the authority site system from the Authority Hacker guys. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. I asked on Twitter a couple of months ago, like, hey, I want to learn more about niche sites and authority sites. Like, what can I do? Like, where can I learn this? Right. And the thing that came up over and over again, sorry, give me one second. I want to make this bigger for you. There you go. The thing that came up over and over was the authority site system. So this is the course and program that I've been going through. I got all the way up to producing content, which is why I didn't, it's going to take months to drive traffic anyways, but I've only published one blog post, period. And that's because I was setting the website up. I wanted to do things their way. I built 1,000 websites over the past decade. Like, I wanted to do things their way. I wanted to see where this is going and best set myself up for SEO success, like right from the get go. So I spent pretty much all month doing that, and alongside the YouTube channel. So I did launch the YouTube channel. We'll talk about that first. Can I zoom in? View options. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. Views, 10,000 views in my first month on YouTube for this thing. That's much better than I thought it was going to go. Watch hours. I only put this down here because I need 4,000 before I get approved for the partner program at YouTube, which will give me, a little bit of monthly income. That and 1,000 subscribers, which I'm not. That's actually going to probably, the watch hours by far going to happen before the subs. So I only got like 59 subs in the first month. I'm at like 68 right now, which again, it's the very first month with a brand new YouTube channel, which I did not promote a single time to anybody. I did have 2 people from the UEM blog and Online Impact discover what it was, and so they found me or whatnot. But I haven't promoted this anywhere. No social media. I haven't mentioned this to the Do You Have a Blog email list. I haven't shared it publicly. If you're sneaky enough, you could probably find it. But the point is, like, I'm really happy with this. This, in my opinion, signifies one takeaway that we'll get to, and that is, oh my gosh, the power of YouTube. Like, I've been saying this for a year and a half. I've been happy with the Do You Even Blog YouTube channel, but 10,000 views in the very first month from a very new, and not very new, a brand new YouTube channel, that to me is like almost unheard of. And yes, I'm not a newbie YouTuber. I've been doing it for a while, and so I know what I'm doing. We'll get to that. I'll share why that worked in a second. But again, I didn't promote this at all. This is organic. Could you start a blog, a niche site, or otherwise, and get 10,000 page views in month 1 without promoting it? No, absolutely not. Never in a million years, which is why this is really exciting and fascinating to see. I published, oh, by the way, click-through rate, CTR, is a massive metric to look at on YouTube. Do you even blog? I guess I should, hang on, can we do this? There we go. My overall click-through rate for Do You Even Blog is, I'm just take the last month, 4.8. Let's do like last 90 days. It's going to be around 4.8, 4.7. For this other channel, it's 10%. It's over double. In fact, some of my highest videos for the past month have like 12% click-through rates. Again, I want to maybe come back to how I think that happened, but that's really good. I just wanted to like brag for a second. Not brag. It's not necessarily anything I did perfectly, but that's just interesting. All right, moving on for the blog. 43 sessions, 60 page views. Again, I didn't publish anything. I have 0 backlinks. I haven't done anything publicly for the website yet. I did publish a blog post last week, but that wasn't in the first month that I'm like reporting on here. My first month was October 4 to November 4. And revenues, this is actually, I made a little bit more than this. So I got my first Amazon affiliate purchase. It was actually one of the sneaky people from Do You Even Blog who discovered this niche site project. They ended up buying something, and I got $3. Woohoo! I also got a few coupon codes. I think I got one the first month, and then last week I got another one for product discounts in my niche. Again, I'm not going to share what that is, but it's something I spend money on anyways, and so that's actually kind of money in my pocket. No, it's not as great as cash, but that's still happy. And honestly, I actually made a couple of bucks more from AliExpress. Instead of Amazon. I've been promoting some products there and gotten a few referrals, like literally just like $2 though, which is not a lot, but I mean, honestly, you think you could publish like a couple of blog posts in month 1 with 0 promotion and make literally any money? No, I highly doubt it. I would love to see the person who did that, but it's not me. So I take this as an absolute win. I have 0 email subscribers. It's right there on my niche site homepage, and I link to it in a lot of my YouTube videos, and 0 subs so far. Not super worried about it. All right, so let's go to some of the more interesting things here. Hang on. Can we do this? Oh man, there's my crazy mirror thing. Hang on, I'm just curious here. So I'm going to add another thing here. Let's do month one tools used. Okay, this is something interesting that I want to talk about here. SEO, website related, and YouTube. Yep. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, well, that did not work. Month one tools. Okay, this was absolutely useless. I didn't need to do that. Thanks for hanging out with me and sticking around. I just like playing with Restream. So far, it's pretty fun and pretty powerful. All right, so let's talk about some of the tools I use for the website and SEO. I'm a bit of a tool nerd, anyways, as most of you probably realize. But there were a few new things that I discovered here. Um, Matt Giovanisi, he released a WordPress theme actually ages ago. I never checked it out. Carbonate. What is this? MoneyLab. MoneyLab. Right. There. So I bought this theme. He's charging like 70, 80 bucks for it. And I believe he's actually working on a number version 2 of Carbonate. And his whole thing is obviously fast. Obviously, it's mobile responsive. It's clean. It's a nice layout. It's for, I mean, it's not for SEO, but it's for SEO. It's super fast and lightweight. I'm not really able to, I do have an affiliate link. I just promote it right there because I do believe in it. If you know a little bit of HTML and CSS, you should absolutely give this a look. If you don't know a little bit of HTML, CSS, do not buy this WordPress theme. Do not buy it because it requires a little bit of customization. That said, I really like it so far. I was going to show you what it looks like. I guess I could do that. moneylab.co/products. See if I can just show it to you. Where are you? Carbon. Oh, there, right there. Of course. Okay, just kidding. Well, it looks like MoneyLab. This is what it looks like right here. That's the WordPress theme. I've been really happy with that so far. But again, I know a little bit of HTML and CSS, and so I could actually jump in and customize it. If you don't know that, don't go check it out. Next up, I'll actually give a shout out to the Authority Hacker guys. They did approve me for their own affiliate status. Shout out, dyeb.link/TASS. You can go, pay $1,000 to Authority Hackers. I love this course so far. And part of what I really like about this is, this sounds weird, but their formatting. So yes, their content on Authority sites is great so far, but I don't really have the results to show for it. It's only been a month, but I love the way that they've set this up. And I just want to brag on them for a second. I want to give credit where credit is due, man. Like, these guys put a lot of effort. First of all, they're not English. Well, they're English. They speak English, but I have a harder time. They have dialects. They have, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? They have accents. There we go. They have accents, excuse me. So I watch all their videos with closed captioning, which they did for every video. Thank you guys for that. And then, man, they just have everything you could ever imagine. All sorts of tools and resources. It's clearly laid out. I really like that they have like little summaries up here. I'm going to show it to you right now. Lesson summary. I will literally watch these on like 2x speed for some things that I already kind of know about. And I'll just like open this up and read through as I'm watching the video. And it's just killer. They've done a great job like formatting this, the modules, the lessons. Again, I'm only up to like producing content right now. I only have one blog post published. Oh, this is all the hard part, right? But their website setup process, all of their content, it's been really great so far. So I can already recommend them. But alas. Okay, next up would actually be this tool you're looking at right now. This is Dynalist. I'd never heard of this until going through the Authority Hacker course, and I love this tool. I'm like a notes and outlining freak. I think everybody who produces content should be into outlining, even if you don't do a ton of it. Like, God, it just helps stay focused and clear on the topics you're writing about or thinking about, whatever. I love outlining. And this is nothing but a bullet point heaven, right? Infinite nesting, and everything's like collapsible. I like that I can come up here and just do like collapse all. Where are you? Expand all. Oh, well. Oh, it was already collapsed. It's like, what? You can do collapsing, and there's formatting. It's just great. and it works on mobile. And this is the Mac app, but it works just as well in the browser. Like you don't need to download anything, and it's free, and it's amazing. Dynalist, I love it. Dynalist.co, I believe, is the URL. .io, Dynalist.io. I'm a really big fan so far. But now that I collapsed everything, I lost my stuff here. Oh, I'm jumping around too much. Let me go back to the website. So I'm using Carbonate for the theme. My hosting account expires in 15 days. It's right now using a subdomain on SiteGround for Do You Even Blog. Like I host Do You Even Blog on SiteGround, and this is just like an add-on domain, a subdomain, if you will. I'm actually going to change that, and I'm going to go over to managed WordPress hosting. I can't spell or type, so you're going to have to forgive me for this stuff. The only thing I hate about Dynalist so far is that Grammarly does not seem to work here. I love Grammarly. Doesn't work in Dynalist yet. Managed WordPress hosting. I'm going to switch over to that. Probably SiteGrounds. I just like their customer support. Short Pixel for image optimization. WP Rocket is my caching plugin of choice. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I do use Elementor for a little bit of stuff. Elementor. What else do I use? I am using System Fonts right now. If you don't know what System Fonts are, by the way, you can, you just go look it up. System Fonts. Basically, it will not load a font whenever somebody visits your website, but rather show their system default font. That's hard to say. So for Mac, I don't remember what it is. Mac System Font. Mac System Font. Oh, it's San Francisco. So on my screen, on my computer, I use a Mac, it shows the font San Francisco. On Windows computers, it'll show something different. And basically, the idea behind this is it's super fast, right? You could either use one of the WebSafe fonts, or I hate those, most of those. I like Arial, but I don't really approve of all the other ones. I'm using a system font, just keep things nice and speedy. I actually like the way that these look for the most part. I like the Mac version. San Francisco, better than the Windows font, but still system fonts are amazing. And if you want to do this on your site, I actually fully recommend this. Just keep things simple. System font CSS. I literally just copied and pasted this stuff. System font stack. There we go. I literally just like copied and pasted this into my WordPress docs, and works like a charm, right? Another tool that I did not write down, which I love, would be Nova. So shout out to Matt Giovannici for this one. He uses the old version of this. It used to be named Coda, C-O-D-A. Now it's called Nova, and it's a code editor. Again, if you're not into code, you don't really have to worry about this. But even if you're not a coder, if you do any HTML and CSS on your site, this is really handy. What is this? Code editor. The reason I like this so much, I think this is Mac only, but they do have some window thing. Sublime Text on Windows would be great. This was super easy to hook up via FTP to my website. So whenever I want to open and edit my CSS files or my PHP files for my WordPress site, I don't have to like go into file managers. I also don't do it through the WordPress dashboard, like the customize feature. I don't do any of that. I just open up Nova here and I connect via FTP. It's super easy. I just do it like right there, and it opens it up. And now I have a full-fledged code editor on my computer. It's faster, it's easier to work with, and I just hit save, and it automatically saves it on my website. So something I discovered. Again, thanks to Matt Giovannici for that one. System fonts. I don't think I had much else for the website yet. I think I'm okay here. YouTube, a big shout out to Morning Fame. Been using Morning Fame since early 2020 for Do You Even Blog. I wish they had multiple accounts, like my niche site account, as well as Do You Even Blog, but I can't do that. I actually had to sign up for another one, but it's only $4 a month. So I was like, whatever. Morning Fame is fantastic for YouTube keyword research. Actually, that's almost all of what I use it for, but they do have really, really powerful advanced analytics. You could find all that stuff in YouTube's analytics. In fact, I still use a lot of this, but it just takes it a level deeper and it gives you a lot more insights. If you're into YouTube, you should be spending the $4 a month for Morning Fame. I really do believe that. It's that good of a tool. All right, SEO. At the moment, I'm paying for the full version of Ahrefs, and I'm actually going to go through and talk about some of the SEO stuff I did throughout the month right here. But for now, I don't really want to pay for this long term. I figured I would just use it for a few months, spend like 200-300 bucks because it is like $99 a month or something like that, for a few months just to get the initial competitor research and keywords lined up and have my topics ready to go in the hopper for like the next 3 to 6 months. So I'll probably pay for like 3 months and then I'll quit. Quite frankly, sorry, Ahrefs. And then maybe pick it up this time again next year, or maybe even like 6 months down the road, save myself 600 bucks. I probably won't need it every single month, especially if I can kind of front load the work. I tried to do it in the 7-day free trial. That didn't work. It was just going to take me longer. So I'll use it for like a couple of months and then get out of there. So I want to one more thing in terms of tools, and then I'll get to the takeaways right here. The deep niche research spreadsheet. Can I actually copy this? I can't show you the actual spreadsheet because it would spoil my brand and stuff. But I did take some screenshots and blurred stuff out. There we go. And I want to walk through this formatting right here because I thought it was extremely helpful. I did not create this. This is from the Authority Hacker guys, and I'm not going to share it with you. In fact, I don't even know if they actually would like me sharing this. Well, actually, there's way more to it than this. And this doesn't mean as much unless you learn how to use it. So I don't think they'd mind. But I found this approach really helpful. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? As I have these up and I show them to you, I'll actually move on and talk about some of my biggest takeaways from month one here. While I do that, let me Mirror of Death. There we go. Is this a faceless channel? CJ, no, it has my face all over it. So the ultimate goal was probably going to be to sell the niche site in 2-3 years. And that's going to be hard with the YouTube stuff because the YouTube stuff is all me. It is very much a face channel, whatever the opposite of faceful. It's faceful channel. But even the website also has my name and image attached to it for now. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal to sell 2 or 3 years from now. So I am keeping that in mind. It's not a very Pete focused thing, not as much as Do You Even Blog. I'd argue I'd have a hard time selling it because I don't have any SEO traffic at the moment, or very little, because it's mostly like YouTube and podcast, and it's all on my face. So this niche site, less so, but definitely still, it does have my face attached to it. Thank you for the question, CJ. Anybody else have questions, just post them in the chat. I will go through as I remember to come back and check chat, and then I'll answer them there. Chris, Black Studio. Nova is great. Thank you for that. And let me pull up in this thing. Give me just 1 second here. All right. Oh, that's cool. I like how I did that. Sorry, I'm like just equally curious in Restream and seeing what's going on here. All right, let me share my screen and let's go check out some of my takeaways here. Actually, the first takeaway I don't need the screen for. So if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I hate doing things manually. I would prefer to do everything automated, in bulk, optimize, save my time. Like, this is kind of who I am. Like, this is what I'm into. And something I found really helpful when it comes to SEO, doing everything manually. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. But I was originally going to do competitor research, keyword research, as well as just general SEO planning and research and all that stuff. The way I usually do it, which involves bulk exporting a lot of stuff from Ahrefs and then filtering and then sorting and trying to get like the perfect list of like 30 keywords or 30 posts. And then, I could just go do it. Boom, 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 boom. That's the way I would have normally done like SEO keyword research. And I hate doing that. So I was interested to see what the Authority Hacker guys said. And something they had me do, which I really approve of, is going through manually and looking at each single competitor site that you're finding as you're doing your research, looking through each keyword. If you find a keyword idea, like examine that one individually, like manually, and then do this other stuff. Everything was like one by one. Everything was manual. And if you told me a month ago that that's what they were going to have me do, I would have been like, that's not me. I don't do that. That would take like way too much time. Well, as it turns out, it was brilliant for a few different reasons. And let me see if I can write these down, just because I think this is interesting stuff here. Doop, doop. Woo! Mirror of death. Okay. So, for one, research in general is a loop. And here's what I mean by that. Research is a loop. When you do competitor analysis for SEO or whatnot, um, you will discover more competitors, and then you'll discover more keywords, and then you'll discover more competitors, and then you'll discover more keywords. Like it's this endless loop. And I thought that was really interesting. I never would have discovered as many competitor sites. Oh, that's what I was going to show you right here. Here is my competitor sites. I literally have like 80 different sites. I've categorized them. I've organized them by like domain rating, traffic, that sort of stuff. I never would have found all these if I hadn't gone through this SEO research process one by one, gone through it manually, because I would research some keywords and some keyword clusters and stuff like that. And I discovered another competitor in SERP. And then I would come back to this list and add them there. And then I would analyze them and I would discover some more keywords, which I would analyze like one by one. And this process, it sounds tedious, but it really wasn't. In fact, it was actually fairly streamlined. I was going to show you. Can I show you this yet? No, I can't show you this yet. I was going to show you my my master niche site checklist, which I'm building. Everything that I've learned, period, I'm doing in a master checklist. It's already like 150 lines long. It's a big bullet point outline. And I went through and made extensive notes on how these authority hacker guys had me doing SEO keyword research. And it was not as tedious as I thought. It was manual, it was one by one. And the reason I liked this so much, other than it is a loop, and so you'll discover new things. You'll discover things, keywords, competitors, opportunities, really, opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have. Again, I should have wrote this out before the stream started, but alas. So that's part of one. That's one of the benefits. The other benefit is you'll end with exactly what you want, with the exact strategy. You'll end with the exact SEO strategy. Now, here's what I mean by that. When I do things bulk, like when I go into Ahrefs and I pull like 3 or 4, 5 keyword reports, and I'm filtering for keyword difficulty. I'm trying to find like keyword ratios and all that stuff. When I'm working with a bunch of data, I will generally I will end that process, and it won't actually be what I publish. Like I'll have filtered down my keyword opportunities. I will have gotten like a bunch of ideas, but then I have to go and adapt those to blog posts, the actual content that I'm going to write and produce for the site. And that's like a whole nother phase, right? Like I started with just a bunch of data and I filtered it and I whittled it down a little bit into like a list of keywords. And then I have to figure out like, okay, are these going to work for blog posts? How many of these are related? Like the process kept going and going and going. And it actually probably ends up taking longer for me personally than literally seeing a keyword in Ahrefs or on a competitor site or something, and then analyzing that one, just that one keyword right there in SERP. And what I found was when I did this, again, I have like a whole list right here. Here's my keyword spreadsheet. I only have like 70 keywords total across my entire site. And that's going to be what I publish for like the next like 2 years. But those are each one of those like ready to go now. Like I know it's topics that I'm interested in that are going to get me links, that are going to make me money. They're appropriately like clustered and categorized or whatnot. Like they're just ready to go. And I don't think my like trying to do everything at once, trying to do things bulk, trying to automate this process of SEO keyword research, I think that might have actually taken longer. I enjoyed literally just going through and looking at my competitors, seeing what they were ranking for. It's actually like step one. And then grabbing a keyword and then putting it into Google and looking at the results. And then putting that one keyword into Ahrefs and looking at the results and seeing the traffic volume there. Like it was extremely manual, but it actually ended up taking less time. I ended that process with, okay, I only have like 60 keywords now, but they're tied to post. They're commercial content. They are link content. They're traffic content. They are clustered and categorized. Like they're ready to go. And I loved that. And it's at this point, by the way, hashtag sales pitch time. Where's my sales pitch, people? Cool. All right. Let me just give you a sales pitch really quick. So I'm opening up my private membership community, Online Impact, in a couple of weeks. It's actually, I'm not sure what it's going to be priced at yet. I've had it for years, but I'm actually dropping the price to make it more like approachable for people. And I will say that my Online Impact folks, they already know the niche. They already see the website and the YouTube channel. And I'm also recording screen share videos just via Loom or whatnot to kind of like document my journey and show all this stuff in action. So if you want to see that stuff, onlineimpact.co. It's closed at the moment on the website, but you can actually email me and I can let you in today if you wanted to. There you go. There's my sales pitch. That was a terrible sales pitch. I didn't show you anything. Sorry for that. Ronald asked, Chris asked, I start creating tutorials on YouTube and I'm at 5K subs, growth is a lot faster. Yes, I would agree. YouTube is much more opportunistic. I don't think it'll make you as much money as if you had that exact same exposure from Google SEO, but Google SEO would take like 10 times longer. Maybe not 10 times, but a lot longer. I do think that there's a massive opportunity to start out on YouTube and grow fast, right? Kudos to you, by the way. 5,000 subs, Chris. You should email me your channel. I can't see it right now. I would click on it at the moment. Wait, what is this button? Look at you, Restream. There's Chris. It doesn't show the channel name, but kudos to you. Ronald asked, how long did it take you to get to the 5,000 subs mark? Chris answers 6 months ago. Dude, that's insanely great. That's really impressive. You should tell me how you did that. Kudos to you. 5,000 subs at that mark is just fantastic. All right. So I'm going to go on to my, my next takeaway here. Did I say everything I wanted to about keyword SEO? No, I didn't. Hard silos versus soft silos. So I'm actually going to share my screen. I'll just write notes as I do this here. This is, again, straight out of the Authority Hacker guys. This is really the mirror of death. I have to get 2 monitors now, just so you guys want to see like the stream mirror of death. Hard silos versus soft silos. I'm used to doing everything in WordPress on blog post, right? When I think of post versus pages, I think pages are like your homepage, an about page, maybe a legal page, maybe a contact page, right? I usually do everything via post, and I would probably create WordPress categories that I would use to like kind of segment. I actually think categories are extremely beneficial for SEO purposes or whatnot. And going through the Authority Hackers, of course, they do a lot of hard silos, meaning use pages, not post. So they might have a post called, they use dog food. I'm just going to steal from Authority Hackers. They use a dog food niche site as an example. So what they might do is best dog food. This would be a WordPress post. No, excuse me, WordPress page, not a post. And the reason this is interesting, by the way, is because you can do child pages, right? You can have best dog foods, and then you can have best dog foods for Yorkies. I don't know if the Authority Hacker guys are in the comment stream. I'm assuming they're not. Hopefully they don't mind me sharing. This is the example that they use all throughout the course. If you think about this right here, the URL for this, it's really a blog post, but it's not on a post in WordPress, it's on a page. This will be a child page of this parent page, and this will be in the URL, which is interesting. If we're talking about golf, which is another example they use in the Authority Hacker course, you might review golf clubs, and you could have a page in WordPress that's like best golf clubs. And what you would do is you would link out to best golf clubs for men, best golf clubs for women, best golf clubs for kids, best golf clubs for seniors. I don't know. You could like link out to all of these like hard silos, and the URLs would have the parent page title, right? It would be dogfoodfanatics.com/dogfood/best dog food for Yorkies. And there were actually some really strong benefits that they were arguing for. For one thing, it helps tell Google what this page is about, right? And there are also some benefits, in my opinion, on user experience, like getting people to one page that's like best dog foods, and then having a bunch of breeds for Yorkies, for terriers, for golden retrievers, for poodles, for whatever it is. It could be helpful from a user experience. The downside of doing this, so upsides are, could help tell Google what the pages and posts are actually about. Might increase rankings in the long run. I'm not sure, but might be better for Google and indexing and your site map so Google can understand what your website's about, what content you produce, that sort of stuff. Could be good for user experience. The bad news is that if you ever want to change your URLs, it's probably going to be like a nasty mess, right? It's a little bit harder once you have all these things in your URLs, like dog food fanatic fantastic. Dog food fantastic. That's actually better. .com/dog food/dog food for Yorkies or something like that, right? And soft silos would be essentially soft silos post, WordPress post with categories, right? Without the categories shown in the URL. Sometimes you can actually configure your categories to show in your URL. I don't do that personally. I guess you could. But it would be easier to change URLs in the future if need be. Basically, if you think about this, this doesn't have if you did a post, this would be like, what was it? Dog food fantastic.com/dog food for Yorkies. So you don't have the same structure benefits per se as this other one right here, which is trying to tell Google, like, hey, these are all dog food posts. These are all dog food pages, like trying to tell Google what the site's about to hopefully make you rank better and get more traffic. This would obviously, this is bothering me. Dog food fantastic would be an interesting domain name. Dog food fantastic, soft silos. And something I ended up doing, here's what I ended up doing. A combination of both. They teach this in Authority Hackers. I'm not going to do them justice, but basically I am doing my info content, WordPress post, and I'm doing my commercial content, WordPress pages. So I have this commercial content is affiliate plays. It's the best dog foods, the top dog foods for 2021. It's not dog food, by the way, and that's not my niche site. But the point is, they're all review posts. They're all comparison posts. They target buyer intent, right? That's what commercial content is. Target buyer intent. Buyer intent. These are just going to be pages on my site. And the reason they are is so I can silo them. I can use hard silos. So my URL structures and my site structure has this. It's going to be this parent-child relationship sort of things. All my URLs are going to have the hard silo pages right there in the URLs. And those pages in general, like this page right here, are going to link out to all the actual reviews and comparisons and that sort of stuff. And I already have these planned out. This is a cool thing. It's already on my keyword spreadsheets that I showed you guys a couple minutes ago. They're already planned out. They're ready to go. I just got to like get to them and write them at this point, which is really exciting. And my informational content, which is like the how-to stuff, the instructional content, listicles, instructional how-to listicle content, all that stuff is going to be for like traffic and links. That is going to be in WordPress posts, which so it'll just be like mydomainname.com/dog food for Yorkies or whatnot. It's an interesting approach. I'm not really sure if it's that big of a benefit one way or the other, but that's what I'm doing right there. So that was one of my takeaways here. Let me just move on and talk about content templates. So 1 hour blog post is basically what I've used for 5+. Even before Do You Even Blog, I was using 1 hour blog post, which is my content templates. I'll hashtag self promo it right now. You can buy them for like $27 right here. I've been using this framework for producing content. By the way, YouTube content, blog posts, even podcast episodes, I will still use this for. I've been using this for like 5 or 6 years, really. Anytime I produce any content, and it's been really helpful. It helps me do things faster, helps me stay on track. The Authority Hacker folks, when it comes to a niche site content, they have their own templates, which I've actually found pretty helpful. They're not as, I'm not going to say usable. They're not the type of templates that I will literally use every single time I publish a new piece of content. I wish I could show it to you, but I would honestly feel a little bad just because they're not mine. I can tell you the gist of them, but I don't think I'll use them for like every single post, but there are certain things that I found pretty helpful in there. And I'll just share one of my favorite parts here, intros. So I like the way they do intros. Keywords in first two sentences, two paragraphs, somewhere up there. Doesn't necessarily, I would argue this, by the way, doesn't necessarily have to be explicit word for word keywords. You can just make it like sound natural. Like you can write this part for humans, but your keywords roughly need to be in the first like two or three sentences. And then I like that this is from the Authority Hacker people. They have show authority, and then tease what's coming, transition. That's their like intro template for blog content. And I actually found this really helpful. So write a sentence with the keywords dog food for wondering what you got a Yorkie and wondering what the best dog foods are for your Yorkie. I have had Yorkies my entire life. My family has had Yorkies for 20 years, and I have tried all the dog foods under the sun. That would be an authority building sentence. Now, that was a pretty bad example because I just wrote that off the bat. But basically, you're just trying to convince your reader why they should trust you. And when you think about this, in terms of Google and SEO, part of what they've been harping on for years now is trust, right? Authoritative, trustworthy sites. Somebody asked me earlier in chat if I were attaching my face to my niche site. My answer is absolutely yes. Part of the reason is I want people to trust me. I want to be an authority on the subject. Authority Hackers. It's right there in the name. This is an authority site. It's right there in the name. And part of getting people to read your blog post to, by the way, also to link back to your blog post. This is a big takeaway, by the way. You should pay attention. If you're all tabbed, you should come back to me right now. Getting people to link to your content and otherwise just drive up search rankings, you have to show authority. You have to be trustworthy. Even if you are faceless, by the way, I would still argue you need to show credentials, your expertise, all those things that build up authority right there, your experience. And I love that this is part of their content template right there at the top. Mention like one sentence or two that has some of the keywords in there and just lets people know, yes, you are on the right blog post. You want to learn about dog food for Yorkies? You're in the right place. That's like the first and second sentences. And then immediately after that, tell people why they should keep reading. Why should they trust you? Your experience, your credentials. I have owned terriers my entire life. And what are Yorkies? I've owned Yorkies my entire life, and I've tried every dog food under the sun. And for this blog post, I took a bunch of pictures. I went to the grocery store and bought $300 worth of dog food, and I went through it. That is a blog post I would read. And I'll spoil it for you for my own niche site. I'm not only showing my face across the brand, but I'm also trying to do almost exclusively original images and graphics. I don't want to pull stuff from like stock photo sites. It might look great right out of the bat, but that to me is not a site that I would want to spend time on. And so I'm doing all original videos, GIFs, images. I have pulled in some images from different sites and I'll give them credit, but in general, I want to do more authority building. And part of that for me personally is my own graphics and images and stuff like that. No stock photos on my niche site. And then tease what's coming. In this blog post, we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. And in my case, I'm going to make this like the table of contents. Table of contents. For me, I'm not using a plugin for this. I'm just doing bullet points that are linked. Then one sentence transition. I probably should put this down here. I don't think they said this in Authority Hackers, but that's what I'd argue. Here's your intros for blog content. Do this right here and do it every single time. And don't worry about much else. Now, I'll also contrast this to the AIDA framework. Intros, attention, interest, desire. Not so much the action, which is the last part of AIDA. AIDA would be AIDA. It's a copywriting framework. This is generally what I use, but a lot of the times this ends up being this in some ways, except for this, right? Tease what's coming is usually when this is what I do in the desire phase. Interest phase and intention phase is generally where I let them know that they're in the right spot. The headline that they clicked on, yes, this is that article. This is talking about dog food for Yorkies, et cetera, et cetera. So these are very, very similar, but I like the way they structured this in Authority Hackers. Keywords, show authority, tease what's coming. I'm going to do this via table of contents. And then now let's get started with the best dog foods for Yorkies or whatever that is. And God, what was their? No, there's another part of their content templates that I really enjoy, but this is what I like the most. And something else I actually learned in here is the importance of research, not just for SEO, well, SEO content research. This is something that I did a little bit of whenever I blogged for Google SEO in the past. I would know something about a topic. For me personally, it was on digital marketing. So it'd be like Twitter ads. If I were writing a blog post about Twitter ads, I would generally not do that much research. I might pull open the top 10 Google search results, like right there, pull up SERP and examine top 10 posts. I might do something like that, but I wouldn't take any notes. I would maybe copy and paste some of their subheaders if I found them interesting enough. And that's pretty much it. Like that's all I would do. Even if I didn't know that much about the topic, I would just kind of wing it, right? And try to like link out to other authoritative sources or whatnot. And authority hackers, they spend a lot more time on the research phase. They do this, they pull up search results for their keyword, they open up the top 10 posts, and they take a lot more notes. Something I found useful was to literally create, I do this in Dynalist, literally create a Dynalist. That's this tool that I'm using right now, Dynalist, and drop in URLs. Drop in the URL. So easy, you can, oh yeah, what was that one post that I needed, whatever. I'll just come in here and like click. There it is. And I will nest like research underneath that. And then I will pull up related posts. This is straight out of Authority Hackers. I can't take credit for this. Basically, if you have a target keyword, you put it in Google, and maybe you get some results that aren't specifically targeting that blog post, but something kind of related. You might put that in a different category. Or if you type a keyword in Google and it pulls up a people also ask snippet or something like that. You know what I mean? You might open up those articles. They're not quite your target keyword, but they're something related. And part of the benefit of this, in my opinion, is that they're going to have content in those related articles that your competitors probably don't have. And it might be related, right? There's a reason that you're finding it in Google, whether it's under people also ask, or if it's in search results. There's a reason Google is showing that content. And chances are, for people who don't do this much research, they might be missing some related subtopics in their post if they're just targeting this one keyword. So pulling just a few like related keywords or related blog posts or something like that, and like just browsing through them, taking some notes, it can give you some additional subtopic ideas that could help boost rankings up. I thought that was really interesting and useful. Last part here, YouTube. It's so stupid because I'm a YouTuber, but why haven't I done this before? Research. I usually pull up like 3 videos. Research 3 top YouTube videos. So you would type in your keyword, dog food for Yorkies or whatever. I would literally watch the 3 YouTube videos like all the way through. By the way, I do everything on like 2x speed, so it doesn't take that long. And the cool thing about this is it's harder to produce YouTube content than it is a blog post. When you're putting your face on camera and talking about dog food for Yorkies, you end up doing more preparation for that than you would a blog post. You can go back and edit in a blog post. You can't do that for video. And so the quality of content in general on a per minute basis is a lot higher on YouTube. And what I mean by that is you might find quality blog posts, but just for like 5 minutes of your time, you're going to get a lot more quality content from a YouTube video, especially the top couple of YouTube videos, as you would in going and reading a blog post. So I've been doing that for these blog posts that I've been writing for SEO, and I've actually found it really helpful, right? It's a lot of information, a lot of research that can be done in not a lot of time, especially if you're watching on like, 2x speed or whatnot. Okay, so other takeaways that I might have right off the bat that I didn't write down, and I'll end it with this. If you guys have questions for me, by the way, drop it on, man. Drop it on in the chat. Is anybody still watching? There's a few of you here. Ronald. Yes, dude. I know. I got to figure out how to zoom in, honestly. Or can I change the font size? I'm not sure. I was trying to zoom in, like with my mouse. You know what I mean? And I couldn't figure out how to do that. Layout, text direction, notes. I'm actually looking right now just because I'm curious. Thank you for bringing it up, by the way. And I can hardly read it myself. So it's not just you. I was sitting here like this. Oh, you know what? Font size. Large. I'm just going to see what that looks like. Okay, that's not actually larger. You guys can't see it, but don't worry about it. So, thank you for chiming in, by the way. So let's talk about YouTube just for a second. I know we already talked about this. Today is actually a good experiment. So I published a YouTube video today on the niche channel, and I linked to my very first blog post on the niche site. And I haven't checked like traffic and stats just yet. I am wondering. Here's my theory. I have no data to back this up yet, but I will. My theory is that this is going to help Google index pages faster, which isn't really a problem. You can manually submit post URLs to be indexed or whatnot. That's not that big a deal. But something I've been seeing recently in search results for Google, I probably even like go Google some stuff and try and find this, is that they will show, first of all, they're going to show more and more YouTube videos recently, especially in my niche, maybe not for every niche, more and more YouTube videos in search results. But even beyond that, I have seen Google, I'm going to say this slow and make sure I get it right. I've seen Google showing blog posts, as usual, articles, right, in search results with a video, meaning not a YouTube video, or maybe it is a YouTube video, but they're not linking to the YouTube video. They're linking to your article, to your blog post. But if you have a video there, it's literally showing it. It's showing it in search results, not linking to the YouTube. It's linking to your article, but it's showing the video right there. And a month ago, I'd never seen this before. It was just in the past couple of weeks that I've seen this in search results. Maybe it's been there longer. I don't know. But for me, what does that tell me? That tells me, A, video's incredibly important. B, this is a new way of having your article stand out in Google search results. Now there's not only the title and the description, and then maybe some like, site links or the URL tags or whatever that they do under some results that you have like essentially zero control over or very little control over. Not only that, but now they're showing a thumbnail of a video that doesn't go to YouTube, it goes to your website. That to me says a lot. And so part of the reason this is like, I was going to do the YouTube channel anyways for my niche site, but seeing that a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I am going to do a short video, even if it's like a YouTube short, by the way, right? Like 60 seconds. I'm going to do one of these YouTube videos for like literally every blog post. Again, I don't know if this is going to make a difference at all. I have no data to support if this is going to be successful or not, but it's just something I'm trying. And again, it's my theory. I think it's important. I think this is an opportunity for anybody, even if you don't want to do like face videos, like showing your face, even if you wanted to do like stock footage videos or again, just shorts, right? From your phone, right? You could do that and you could embed those into your blog post and something to play around with. See if Google, by the way, you could actually do this right now. You could go to Google, type in some keywords that you're trying to rank for your own blog, and just see what comes up. See if you see any of these new videos. I don't really know what to call these. Articles with a video thumbnail, maybe? Again, not linking out to YouTube. It's linking to your article, but it's showing the video right there. You should go and check those out right now. You should pull your top 5 keywords or your top 5 posts that you're trying to rank. You should open up an incognito window. Let's just do this. I'm just going to do this for a second. What up, Tommy? I have no idea who said that. Sorry. One thing about Restream. I'm guessing I can't see names from Facebook, but I can see names from YouTube. Anyways, so let's go to Google, and I'm going to type in dog food for Yorkies. I'll tell you what. Somebody drop their blog, if you don't mind sharing, in the chat right now. Somebody drop their blog URL, and I will look at what you're trying to rank for. Maybe I'll pull some of your posts. I'll tell you what, just somebody drop some blog posts down in here. Okay, I don't see any on here. I've seen a lot of ads over there. There's nothing for this one. What about I'm doing personal finance here. What are index funds? What I'm trying to do is see what Google is showing here. So top stories, that's a little different. See videos right here. Okay, there's not much on page 1. There might be more on like page 2 or whatnot. These are, okay, so here's an example. Look at that. They are linking to an article, but showing a video thumbnail. And I'm actually just going to click this and see what happens. Okay, so it goes to the article. And where is that video? It almost doesn't matter. Like if you told bloggers a month ago. Like, hey, if you do this one thing right here, you might actually not only get your meta title, which is this, and your meta description, but you'll also get a thumbnail in Google search results. Like, would you do it? People will be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I would love that. Give me that. You can see on this particular example, there's none of those on page 1, which is interesting. That was only on page 2. Okay, so first of all, these are all like ads. There's one. This was a terrible example, probably, but I've seen for my own niche a lot of the top couple of results over here are either YouTube videos directly, like this snippet down here, or articles with that video thumbnail. Let's see. There's one. There's one. These are all Investopedias. Investopedia is smart. You need to learn from these guys. And by the way, why wouldn't you, right? Look at all these results right here on page. This is page 2. Investopedia, Investopedia, Investopedia. You think they don't know what they're doing when it comes to SEO? They have video. They must be embedded, by the way. I know we didn't see that just a second ago. Is that it? That has to be it. Is that YouTube? I can't tell if that's actually YouTube or not. Doesn't matter. Did anybody post a thingy, a URL? Do I have any URLs? Oh gosh, no, nobody posted URLs. Okay, doesn't matter. But the point is, I guess to sum this up, would be to seriously consider doing videos, even if it's not like a full-on YouTube video. Seriously consider doing some video content for blog posts you're trying to rank for. Maybe not for all of them, but again, I'm going to go back to my homework right here. Go pull your top 5 keywords that you're trying to rank for, preferably already content you have. It could be content coming up, but content you already have. Go pull those up in Google and see if they're showing any of these things. See if they're literally ranking blog posts, but having a video thumbnail right there underneath. That's like massive, in my opinion. I think that's a big change. Again, I didn't see this like a couple of months ago. It might be sort of new, but that's a big change for me. So that's part of the reason I'm doing YouTube with my own niche site channel. There you go. All right. So any questions, or is there anything else? This is it, by the way. This is the end of the live stream. That's all the content I have. If anybody types any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them or talk through stuff. But I would also be curious to see what information you would like to see from me coming forward with the niche site. Like, what should my month 2 update live stream include, or my month 3 or month 6 or whatnot? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Like, what do you want to see more of in terms of the niche site and the niche YouTube channel? So I'll hang out here for just another minute and see if anybody has any questions or whatnot. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got. I was going to see if I can pull open YouTube chat. So I'm using Restream, which I'm really happy with at the moment. Can I actually view this? View live in control room. This is weird. View on YouTube. This is going to be weird. I'm going to have to like mute really this. Happy with at the moment. Can I actually view this? View live in control room. Sorry, that was weird. Oh, man. Oh, no. I see my comments here. I'm going to check Facebook right here and see if I can see anything right here. Don't see much here. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate y'all just chilling with me. Not a whole lot of people watching this live stream, but I also haven't done this in like a year, 18 months, maybe. When's the last time I streamed? I don't even know. Oh, there's John. John and Kellen. You guys were the ones that commented on Facebook. Yeah, Restream doesn't show me the names of people. That's interesting. Doesn't matter. All right. I don't see any questions currently coming in, so I'm actually going to bail out. But I want to say thank you for watching. Do You Even Blog Tribe? If you do have any more questions, you're welcome to email me, pete@doyouevenblog.com. You can also comment on this YouTube video replay if you are watching this via replay. Anything you want to see about the niche site going forward in month 2 updates and beyond, of course, I would love to see it. I'd be happy to hear what you guys have to say. And that's all I got, my friends. I hope y'all have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. Happy niching, happy niche whatevering, and thanks for hanging out.